Right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Right, update. MK677, test Enanthate and Cialis. Right, I'll give you a brief reminder of what I've done with the MK677. I've now been trying it on and off for over 2 years now. Well, I'm actually stopping it now for 2 months. The reason being is I'm now using MK677, I'm using Cialis, and I'm using test Enanthate. Now the last 5 to 6 to 7 to whatever amount of weeks I've been feeling lightheaded in the day. Right, so it's pretty obvious that one of these three substances is causing this problem. So I've stopped the MK for a month, and then I shall then obviously move to the Cialis, and then I shall move to the testosterone. Well, you know, I've used testosterone for quite a number of years, and I had a problem with the testosterone for getting my blood thickness down when I had the knee operated on. So I had to lay off test Enanthate after switching to various different ones and dropping the actual dosage down to something like 10 milligram per week, and it still didn't work. So I had to actually stop testosterone and Enanthate altogether for 4 months. That brought the blood thickness down to the correct amount, hence I had the knee operation done. Right, so that's all in the past now. So when I say what's happening now, I'm getting slightly lightheaded, which I used to get when I was taking the testosterone. But what I've done with the test, I now take 150 milligram to 200 milligram, depends how I feel, every 17 days. Right, not every week, every 17 days. Now I've been doing that for 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah. Now the Cialis, which as you remember I did say I've had a lot of trouble with the Cialis. I got it in 20 milligram tablets. I literally have to cut it down from a 20 milligram down to 1 milligram. I'm having to take that at the moment every 9 days, and I still get the reaction it's designed for. But the reason I've taken the Cialis is because it's good for thinning your, not for thinning your blood, but for clearing your arteries, and generally good for your heart, and it's good for your general health. The other effect which I get, that's just what can we say, an advantage. As you know, Cialis has got a half-life of 3 days. It lasts 9 days on me. 1 milligram, not 5 milligram, 1 milligram lasts 9 days. In fact, it lasts a bit longer than that. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking 1 milligram every 9 days, which is crazy. I know it's crazy, absolutely balmy, and I say that's why I'm now stretching the distance on the test Enanthate. Maybe that will have the same effect. But if not, it's looking like I'm going to have to stop the test altogether. Because to be honest, I do think it's the testosterone that's doing it. But anyway. Right, Cialis every 9 days, test Enanthate every 17 days. MK677 I've now stopped, which I was taking one after each training session. So it meant I was taking MK677 3 days a week. I don't think it's the MK. Tell you the reason why. Because when I stopped the testosterone for 4 months, which I had to, I was still taking the MK677. And I felt good. The only problem was it was holding the muscle I had. But what happened after like the 4 months was my sex drive dropped dramatically. Okay, let's be honest, at 72, does that really matter? For me it does. Very sorry to say that, but it does. And it's a difficult one I'm trying to work through. The problem I've got is there's 3 different substances here. Yeah, now I know one of them is causing the problem. And unfortunately, I think it's the testosterone. So I've now dropped it to every 17 days. So I'm looking now at maybe dropping it even longer. I don't know. 30 days? Is it still going to work at 30 days though? Cialis is working every 9 days, which is only lasts 3 days. Actually, the Cialis does last longer than 9 days. So again, I can extend the length of that. Yep. MK. I don't think MK is the problem, but I'm having a month off the MK just as a rest. And also, I can then completely eliminate that from the problem. Makes sense, doesn't it? But life keeps throwing these things at me. Me's fine. Everything's fine there. Training good. But I still get this. Well, the only problem I have now, I feel good. Don't get me wrong, I feel good. But I just get this slight light-headed feeling, you know, when you feel you want to fall over sometimes. When I'm training, not a problem. Blood pressure's bang on. I've checked that this morning. It's absolutely bang on. In fact, when I first get up, my heart rate's only 54. 54 beats per minute. It's now around 62. I had a coffee. I did it yesterday. It was 54 beats per minute. Today, it's up to 62 beats per minute, which is still low. But it's 120 over 80 roughly. It's like 119. It's a slight differential in the upper and the lower pressure. But yeah, but you know, as I say, the MK677, as you know, is good for making your body produce its own growth hormone. But then again, it's going from into your stomach, releasing ghrelin, which is sending a message to your brain to release growth hormone. But you're actually messing around with the pituitary gland in your brain. So that's what's, you know, can make it. You don't know, do you? I mean, you're messing around with the pituitary gland, which is an important gland in the brain. Testosterone and enanthate. What's that doing? I mean, it's the amount I'm taking, 150 to 200 milligram. There's no work on your kidneys, no work on your liver. It's just going through your liver. I don't drink alcohol, don't smoke, so I know that's well clear. The Cialis, which cleans your blood vessels out, as I've just said. But the reason, I mean, 1 milligram every 9 days. Maybe, as I've said before, I'm just allergic to that compound. Maybe that's the problem. But it's baffling me at the moment. And basically making me not a very happy bunny. Because to me, health comes first. But as now, if I have to stop the testosterone, I'm going to lose muscle, without a doubt now. I'm coming up for 72. And as you can see, I don't particularly want to lose any more muscle. But we shall have to see what happens. Anyway, I'll be seeing you soon. Yeah.